Welcome to my new podcast, The Adventures of the Red Cornish Ranger and Universe 20. In this podcast, we will be chronicling the adventures of the Red Cornish Ranger, as well as diving into stories from around his home dimension of Universe 20, in a series I call Tales of the Ranger Council. In these series, we will be exploring other Rangers in Universe 20, as well as some what-ifs. So sit back and enjoy. Greetings, fellow explorers. Get ready for an exhilarating journey as I, Mark, your host and the renowned Red Cornish Ranger, invite you to join me in the captivating realms of Universe 20. This is not just any ordinary story. Welcome to Tales of the Ranger Council, where we delve into thrilling adventures and encounters within the vast world of Universe 20. Buckle up as we explore the tales of not only the Red Cornish Ranger, but other Power Rangers that called this universe home. Get ready for an adventure filled with excitement, mystery, and the incredible explorations of the Ranger Council. In a realm where tales have dual origins, a Ranger you know well faces a unique twist. A tale before his known origin. The true origin. The OG, if you will. Our journey kicks off much like the original. Mark, a school lad, on a trip to Tintagel Castle, eavesdrops on an American teen. Zordon, I read you.
Jason, Rita's causing chaos downtown Angel Grove. We need you back.
Right, Zordon. I'm on my way. It's morphin' time! Tyrannosaurus! In a burst of light, the teen transforms into the Red Power Ranger and vanishes. But here's where the first twist unfolds. Mark did uncover the Red Ranger's identity, and yes, he did snag detention for his little detour. However, a glowing stone eluded his discovery. Mark, now in his 20s, is approached by a mysterious figure. Are you Mark? Yeah. Who are you? Mark responded curiously. I'm Merv, and I need to talk to you about something that happened over 10 years ago in Tintagel Castle. Merv explained, leaving Mark astonished. All right, spill it, Mark said. The day you saw a Power Ranger? Merv revealed, then with a wave of his hand, transported them to a hidden cave. Where are we? Mark asked awkwardly. This is my home, or it has been for many generations, since I lost the key to Avalon thanks to a cat, Merv explained. Okay, what, so like King Arthur and stuff? Mark asked, intrigued. Yes, I am in fact Merlin, Merv declared. Was Arthur real? Mark questioned. Yes, he was, but on to more important matters. There is a growing threat in the magical world. A separate world, yet parallel to our own. A dark witch, Morgan Le Fay, poses a danger. Her son has already begun attacking, but with the powers I'll give you, you can hold the line, Merv revealed. So, you're making me a Power Ranger? Mark asked, excited and bewildered. Yes, Mark, I am, said Merlin, conjuring a glowing rock. What is this? Mark asked, as the rock began to spin and exert an energy unlike anything he'd ever known. I am turning this into your power morpher and your Cornish coin, Merlin explained. Many years ago, a dear friend gave me what was left of the dino powers to forge them into a new power, he said, as the rock transformed into a coin with a white cross and a corresponding morpher materialized. Mark held them in his hand with utter astonishment. What do I do with these? Mark inquired. Clear your mind. The power will show you, Merlin advised. Mark recalled the day 20 years ago, placed the Cornish coin into the morpher, and, remembering Jason's words, reached behind his back, ready for the adventure that awaited him. It's morphing time! Kuno Bisficken! As the energy surged around Mark, a red suit appeared and his morpher found its place on his belt. A gold shield materialized with the Cornish crest at its heart. A sleek black helmet with a white cross for a visor appeared on his head. Mark gazed at his transformated self, noticing a green dagger-like flute at his side, exuding an aura of power. On the other side, a majestic white saber, its hilt fashioned in the likeness of a furious tiger head. As Merlin lifted his staff, he chanted, Magical Source! Mystic Force! In a dazzling display, a shimmering purple aura engulfed him, transforming him into a valiant knight. The intricate designed armor adorned him from head to toe, complete with a regal cape flowing behind him. With unwavering conviction, he proclaimed, By the power of the ancients, Wizard Knight! This feels incredible. Is this what every ranger feels like? Yes, it is. Now, come. And Merlin walked towards the mirror, then appeared on the other side. Mark followed. Next second, he was standing on a large quarry-like area. On top of the hill stood Mordred in his dark knight armor. Ahead of him, skeleton knights. Mark and Merlin readied themselves. In a furious clash, Merlin, the wizard knight, and Mark, the Red Cornish Ranger, faced off against hordes of skeleton knights and the formidable Mordred. With magic swirling around him, Merlin unleashed dazzling spells, conjured lightning bolts, and summoned gusts of winds to keep the skeleton knights at bay. Meanwhile, Mark showcased his incredible martial arts skills, swiftly dodging attacks and delivering powerful kicks and punches. The skeleton knights, armed with swords and shields, engaged Merlin and Mark with ruthless determination. Merlin waved his staff, casting a spell that temporarily paralyzed the knights, allowing Mark to strike them down one by one with his dragon dagger and saber. Their teamwork is flawless as they defend each other against the skeleton knights' onslaught. Undeterred, Mordred summoned a legion of skeleton knights, overwhelming our heroes. Recognizing the dire situation, Merlin tapped into his ancient wisdom and performed a spell that unleashed a blinding light, temporarily blinding the skeleton knights and disorientating Mordred. Seizing the opportunity, Mark summoned the power sword. Mark charged forwards, his attack infused with furious energy, while Merlin used his magical staff. Together they unleashed a devastating combination attack, striking down the skeleton knights and weakening Mordred's dark magic. As the battle reached its climax, Mark and Merlin channeled their remaining strength into one final strike. With a mighty swing, Merlin enchanted Mark's power sword, piercing through Mordred's defenses, defeating Mordred, who vanished with a roar of fury. Over the many months, Mark, along with Merlin, recruited 4 others to their team. Artie was chosen as the English Ranger. Samantha was chosen as the Irish Ranger. Jordan was chosen as the Scottish Ranger. And Jeff as the Welsh Ranger. Together, they became known as the Power Rangers Royal Britannia. Their battles against Morgan Le Fay and Mordred brought them legendary status. As time passed, they gained allies such as the Mystic Force Rangers and the 2 Celtic Warriors, and eventually joined the Ranger Council and helped the 8 Ultra Rangers. Many years later, after the Ultra Rangers joined the Dimensional Task Force, the Royal Britannia Rangers were asked to lead the Ranger Council. Amelia's expecting, by the way, Artie announced, as he and Mark, now seasoned with greying hair, strolled through the majestic halls of the Ranger Council complex. Hope Tarek doesn't pull a Void Knight on Ollie, Mark chuckled. Apparently he's got the nursery all set up. Painted it purple, Artie revealed. So I guess Dino Fury will be down 2 Rangers for a while? Mark muttered. Yeah, Amelia's already asked, Artie confirmed. Alright, any news on the Machine Empire remnants? Mark inquired. Not yet, but Rocky's looking into it. Tommy's off dimension hopping, Artie responded. They paused by a window, gazing across the sea. Of course, the OGs are off having fun in other universes while we do all the hard work, Mark said. Artie observed a flock of birds taking flight from the cliff where the Ranger Council base was situated. I know. Did you hear? They visited a dimension with only the Dino Charge Rangers, Artie remarked. Mark remained silent. Artie turned to face him, but Mark had vanished. Mark! Mark! Artie shouted, but the hall was eerily empty. Artie urgently pressed the comms button on his morpher. Artie to Mark, come in. English Ranger calling the Cornish Ranger. Come in. No response. Artie calling any Rangers that can respond. We have a code 214. Missing Ranger. The Red Cornish Ranger has vanished. I repeat. Somewhere else, time begins again.